All right. Hi, everyone. Oh my gosh. How is everyone doing? I feel like it's been forever since I've been in here. And I think that it has. It hasn't really been forever, but it's been a very long time. So, hi, everyone. It is so just awesome, amazing to see everyone. And I knew that I had to come in here and just speak to everyone because, again, it's been a long time and so much stuff has been going on. So I want to say hi. My name is Afia. To all of our new members, I am the founder of the Black Homeschoolers Connection, which is now legally the Black Homeschoolers Cooperative, Inc., DBA, the Black Homeschoolers Connection. We are legally registered in the state of Georgia, and we are now legally a 501c3 nonprofit organization, tax exempt as of June of last year. So I am very, very, very excited. And I am very excited for all of the new things that will come to fruition this year that didn't happen last year because there's just so much stuff going on and I didn't have time to focus. So I do have more time to focus now. So I just believe that's just so exciting. So again, welcome, welcome, welcome everyone, all new members, existing members. Again, it's very exciting to see you again and to just greet everyone and just to be back in the community that we all created. And it's just an amazing feeling. Before I move forward, I just want to thank my amazing admins. Kiana and Akanda, you ladies are amazing. Guys, they have literally been running this group for months. There's just been so much stuff going on that I haven't been able to focus, and they have literally just stepped up and they have just shown out, and I would not be able to do what I do without their help, without their assistance, without them taking the reins. And ladies, I just want you to know that I am just super appreciative. I say it in our private chats, but I am also acknowledging publicly that you ladies are just amazing and awesome. And I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been a lot with working full time, with running a business full time, with homeschooling the kids. And this past month, it's been really, really, it's been difficult. I've had to just really decompress and just let go of a lot of things and just focus on my family because it's just been so much. My Kiana and Nakanda know my grandfather, he passed December 27th in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I was heartbroken. I'm still heartbroken, but he's no longer in pain. He's no longer suffering. And that is the most important thing. But I knew it was coming. And when I last saw him, the last time I saw him was when I went down there, when my family and I went down there in 2020. I had really resigned myself to that being the last time that we saw him alive. And so, again, it's something that you know is coming, but you're kind of prepared for it, but not really prepared for it. You know, just all the emotions and everything like that. But he was 90. He lived a very long life and he was amazing. And I'm grateful that he was my grandfather. But then after that, and it's not funny, but it's just like you have to laugh to keep from crying or you'll lose it. My my grandfather is my mother's father. So my grandmother passed on January 3rd. So literally 7 days after my grandfather passed. And that was my father's mother. So I literally lost my two last living grandparents. I lost them within 7 days of each other. And I'm just like, wow, really? I knew that she was sick, but I wasn't aware of how serious it was. But again, I'm grateful that I knew her. She was, good Lord, 80. She was going to turn 88 2 days before my birthday. Her birthday is January 25th and mine is the 27th. So she lived a long life. She was an amazing woman. She was spunky. She was spicy. She was extremely independent. But it was her time. So, that was definitely hard to recover from. But we're getting there. We buried my grandfather on January the 6th, and my grandmother, she was cremated, but they're having a service for her on her birthday on the 25th in Texas. I will not be able to go to that, but my parents are headed out that way next week. So, prayers for traveling mercies on them. So, needless to say, a lot has been going on, and these ladies have just stepped up above and beyond while, we've been processing as a family. So, with that being said, I'm easing back in, trying to transition back into just trying to do some things with the group, focus on some things that I've been wanting to do, but I haven't been able to do. And so that I am extremely excited to start working on. But I wanted to come in here to say hi. I wanted to say happy summer, happy fall, happy holidays, happy new year. And just that this year is going to be the best. It's going to be the best. Every year to me is going to be the best, but I just feel like this is really going to be an awesome, an amazing year. It has to be the way it started. So I just look upward and onward. So there are a couple of things I do want to address while I'm in here. And I am going to be doing these more frequently. So when you make your comments, if there's anything that you would like me to address, please don't hesitate to post it in the comments or either send me or my group admins a message for something that you may want us to address or want me to address in this next live. So with that being said, first things first, we have 5 daily threads in this group, and this is a friendly reminder. We have 5 daily threads. We have course offerings posts Monday, blog post Tuesday, YouTube podcast Wednesday, curriculum post Thursday, and we have small business Friday post. There is no solicitation, no spamming, no selling of products or services on any thread outside of the thread that is applicable to you on any of those days. I would say probably 80% of the posts are declined due to that reason only. And everyone that has joined this group has agreed to not indulge in those practices. If you do decide to do so, the warning is you are muted from posting or commenting or anything for 28 days. And then the second time you are blocked and removed from the group. And again, this is something that's not new. This is something that you did agree to when you joined the group. If you only joined the group to advertise your services, then likely this is not the group for you, because this is a support group. This is a group to help others. This is not a group to make money off of others. This is not a group to sell your services or products to others. And I feel that with the daily threads that we give you enough of a platform to showcase what it is that you are offering as it relates to homeschooling and even as it doesn't relate to homeschooling. So, again, we just ask that you just please refrain from um, engaging in those practices, please, and thank you. Because again, this is a support group. And with that being said, if you are looking for materials, if you're looking for reduced or low cost curriculum and you're just getting started, please use the search function in the group because we have so many threads. This group has been around since 2016. So in the last 5 years, we have built up so many threads that if you search through them, there are so many free things in the group. Just use the search function. And if what you're looking for isn't there, then please feel free to post in the group and we can guide you in the right direction. That also goes for new members or just members in general that may have a question. 8 times out of 10, someone has already answered that question and you just need to search for it in the group. And if they haven't, then again, we are more than happy to approve your post so that you can get the feedback and resources that you are looking for. Let me see what else. Oh, while I'm talking about curriculum, low cost, free curriculum and stuff, if you're starting out or if you're thinking about starting to purchase curriculum, I would say again, look at free to low cost curriculum until you can figure out what it is that you're wanting to do. And I also don't want you to get your hopes up on that you're going to find a one size fits all approach to curriculum because 9 times out of 10, you are not. You're probably going to need to piece things together. And there's nothing wrong with that because your child is likely not going to be on the same level across the board. And what may work in one curriculum for your child in a subject matter may not work. All of the subjects may not work for them. You may have to grab something from something else, and you just may have to piece things together. You don't know until you try it, but I would suggest trying to piece things together or look at free or low cost before you go out here and spend hundreds or thousands of dollars in curriculum. And I speak this from experience, not just from speaking just to be talking. I speak this from experience. Do not do it. I went to a homeschool conference one year and spent $600 on curriculum, and it's sat there in a corner, and I ended up selling it for half the cost. So at least I recouped some of my money back from it. But again, I say that to say that, try to figure out what's going to work for you guys first, work for your lifestyle, whatever it is your reasons are for homeschooling, figure out if it's going to work for you before going out and spending all of that money. That's just my suggestion. If you are new and you're wanting to start homeschooling and you're looking for some direction, we have a pin post that you can look at. It's going to be way back in the pin post, but it's there. You just have to keep scrolling, but it's there. And it leads you to the list of states and the homeschool requirements for each state. And they update that link at least every year. You can also go to HSLDA and they have a list of the requirements as well. You might want to join. I believe they're $12 a month. It's an amazing resource. You do not have to be a member for them to help you, but I do think that the resources that they do have available, for members are available. So I would suggest that you do take a look at them. Again, it's not necessary for you to be a member of them, but I definitely think that you should look into it. It couldn't hurt. Let me see what else. What curriculum do we use? We use Power Homeschool and Acellus. They are one and the same. They're the same company. The only difference is Acellus Academy is accredited and Power Homeschool is not accredited. So of course, with Acellus being accredited, it costs more. I want to say it's like about $80 something a month. If you do the Roger Billings scholarship thing where they have to watch some kind of video once a week and it could be recorded, or Power Homeschool is $25 a month. And you can choose up to 6 classes, I want to say. And then I think Acellus, they choose the classes for you. It's a little bit more restricted, but that's also because it is accredited as well. That's the only one that I have experience with. There are others out there. That's just the one that I use. I have a 16-year-old and a 12-year-old, so it's managed to work for them. I would also suggest that if you do have a high schooler and they may be college bound or community college bound, that you, or even looking to do a trade, look into dual enrollment. If they're a junior or a senior, and I'm speaking for Georgia, if you're outside of Georgia, you're going to have to look at your state at their requirements for dual enrollment. So specifically speaking for Georgia only, regardless if they're going to get a trade, like they want to get a certificate, if they are wanting to get an associate's, if they're college bound, whatever the case may be, they do have dual enrollment. GPA has to be at least a 2.5 or higher. And the school is determining whether or not they need to be tested or not. My son didn't have to be tested. It was optional because of his GPA. And also they said due to COVID as well, as long as they met the GPA requirements, that it's optional whether or not they take the AccuPlacer. And so we just opted not to, since he didn't have to. The process was super simple. They will pay for, Georgia has a grant, dual enrollment grant, they will pay for in between 30 to 45 credit hours. And they will cover their books as well. And I think that's just amazing. My son, I'm trying to have him get his core classes out the way, but our compromise that he takes some business classes as well towards what he wants to pursue. And it was just a very simple process. We just had to fill out an application. I didn't even have to give them, did I have to give them his social? I don't think I had to give them his social. And all I had to do was give them his transcript as well. And it was literally that simple. Within a week, when I submitted a request for information, when I tell you how fast this was, it went very fast. This was literally like a week before their Christmas break started. I was put in touch with the advisor. They have an advisor for homeschool students. I was put in touch with him. I told him what I was looking for my son. He sent me all of the information. We filled it out. I sent it back, and I sent him the transcript and everything. And he was literally enrolled that week. And the letter came, I want to say, the week after. And he started his first class on January the 10th. So when I literally say it was that easy, it was very simple. It literally made my head spin. And if he decides that he wants to go ahead and pursue his bachelor's, then we're either going to pay for it. We would definitely pursue scholarships and grants. And then also he works part-time, they do tuition reimbursement. So that would cover it as well. So he would literally come out of undergrad not having to take out any loans or anything like that. We weren't going to let them take out any loans anyway, but I'm just saying that, it's not going to be a burden, which is a blessing within itself. So I would definitely say if you're in Georgia and if that's something, if you have a teenage child or soon to be a teenager, I would definitely look into that, because I think it is an amazing resource. If you are outside of Georgia looking for something like that, I would suggest that you check with your local colleges, maybe Google it or something to see what they are offering. But again, I think it's definitely amazing, and it helps cut down on some of the costs. He's literally finished with all of his classes, his high school classes. So he's just focused on the courses that he's taking at school right now. And he's doing online. He's doing 2. We decided we would start at 2. And then if he decided that he could handle it, then he could take the max we would allow him to take is 3. That would be it, because I don't want him to be so overwhelmed. because he has a lot going on. He's taking those classes, he works part-time, and he's an instructor at Taekwondo. And he got his black belt last year as well, and he got his license. So we have a lot going on here in this house. And then my daughter, she wants to pursue interior design or fashion. She's learned how to sew. She's talking about being a seamstress. I've always known that she was going to be my creative child. So it's just very nice to see the path that she's on and what she is going to pursue, because we want them to pursue what they want to pursue, not what we want them to pursue. We've lived our lives, we're living our lives. I want them to be happy on the path that they're on and what they are wanting to pursue. So I definitely feel that homeschooling has definitely helped us realize that, and just allowed us to loosen the reins to allow them to forge their own path. So that was really our reasoning for homeschool. It took a minute for me to really let go of that control, because I can be a type A personality, but we wanted to really give them a chance just to see what their gifts were, what they were good at, what they like and everything. And so it's just definitely amazing to see that in them. So with that being said, how we really got to that, I spoke with a couple of people. Tira Hunter is an amazing person. I spoke with her at great length last year, I think it was last summer, or maybe it was the summer before. I think it was 2020, maybe 2021. I can't remember. But she game schooled her daughter, and her daughter graduated, and she's doing so amazing. And I had been looking at that for the kids, but I could never wrap my mind around letting go of the traditional route. And I had to let go. I had to get to the point where we were miserable, and I'm like, there had to be another way. So I have slowly but surely gotten to that point where I'm now willing to allow them to set their own path and focus on what they want to focus on. And I'm definitely pleased the route that things are going. And it takes a lot of the pressure off as well when you see them really excelling at what it is that they want to do. So if you do have any questions about unschooling or anything, I would definitely suggest consulting with her, because she's amazing, and her services are definitely worth every single penny. I would say that. What else? So I've gone over where to find the resources at for your state and everything. Here in Georgia, you're going to hear me defer back to Georgia a lot because that's the state I'm in. But again, you can go to that link in the pin post or either HSLDA to find out what the requirements are for your state. So when you do pull your child out, here in Georgia, you have 30 days to register a homeschool program from when you pull them out. In other states, I don't know what the requirement is. You would need to look that up. But in Georgia, you have 30 days to register your homeschool program. And then, and Georgia is super lax. Georgia is so lax, it's crazy. They don't bother you or anything. They let you do your own thing. And it's just so great. And it's amazing. You do have the requirement. Thank you. You do have the requirement where you're supposed to test every 3 years, but it could be a test of your choosing, and you just keep it on file. 9 times out of 10, they don't ask for anything from you. They don't bother you. They don't request attendance or anything. Literally, all you have to do is submit your intent to homeschool, and that's it. If you are going from public school to another public school program such as Georgia Connections Academy or Georgia Cyber Academy. And if there may be a wait list, but you don't want to wait pulling your child out, you still need to submit an intent to homeschool to cover you for that period until they are fully enrolled in that program. And then it's like that intent to homeschool is non-existent because Connections Academy and Cyber Academy, Georgia, they are still within the public school system. So it's like they're still in public school. So but if it's definitely going to take longer than 30 days and you do want to pull them out, then you do need to submit that intent to homeschool just to cover your bases. And again, if you're living in another state, you do need to check the rules and regulations of the state that you are in. It's just that Georgia is just extremely laxed. What else? Our school day. How is our school day? Our day is extremely, it's laxed. The kids, they have their own routine that they do. They do very well with it. Usually they start their stuff about 10 a.m. and they're usually finished by 1, 2 o'clock at the latest. I don't have to stand over them. They're independent with their work. If they need help with something, they come to me. I'm available, but they usually don't. Now, when they were younger, I was extremely hands on with them, but I also didn't have them on a program that required them to be on the computer so much. We did a lot of hands on stuff. I did hooked on phonics with them. I read with them. We did a lot of puzzles, shapes. I labeled things around the house to teach them how to read and word recognition and everything like that. We did a lot of phonics work. We did a lot of hands-on stuff, and when it was nice outside, we went outside and we played and we played and we played. I was on the floor with them a lot, just doing different things. We did a lot of painting, things that would stimulate them. And I just believed in doing a lot of hands-on activities with them instead of, putting them in front of the computer. And it just really worked for us. And both of my children were different learners. My son he loved being structured, having structured activities. My daughter, it was like she definitely marched to the beat of her own drum. So it was like she wanted to do what she wanted to do when she wanted to do it. She didn't want to be on anyone's schedule. So that was challenging, but I did adapt because she was her own person. And again, we were homeschooling, so it wasn't like she was putting a dent in my plans or anything like that. So that's what I did with them when they were younger. We did a lot of field trips. So that's also one thing that you're intent to homeschool, again, here in Georgia. And I'm sure it's everywhere else, but again, you would just need to check. We did a lot of field trips. We did the Georgia Aquarium on Educators Day. They have an Educators Day every single year, with the exception of the year of the pandemic. We even went to the one last year, and it was different, but it was so nice. It wasn't. We got up and we went early in the morning, and we got there as soon as it started, and it was very, very nice. We got to take our time. It wasn't super crowded, but we did the aquarium. We did the World of Coke. And we've been doing that literally every year for the most part. We would do what else did we do? We would do the botanical gardens. That wasn't free, but it was at a reduced cost, and it was great. We would do the children's museum. There's so many different places like we would go to during the week, maybe the skating ring, maybe a bounce house, Sky Zone. So many places have discounts or low cost things for homeschoolers. You just have to have your intent to homeschool. And it's just amazing. Legoland is very low cost. And actually, if you go Monday through Friday, I don't know how they've changed it, but Monday through Friday, I want to say it may have been $5 a piece or $10 a piece per child. I think, what was it? Me, my husband, and the kids, when we went, I think we literally paid $30 for all four of us for Legoland in Atlanta. So it gets you into so many different places and gives you access to so many different resources. So definitely start taking advantage of that. Um, if you are homeschooling and you are looking to go back into the school system, make sure that you look over what grades your kids have, what classes they have taken, their transcript and everything. Make sure they're up to par. Check with your local school district to see what the requirements are going to be, because they may have certain requirements. They may want to test them to see what level they're on, because they may decide to hold them back. They may move them up. They may keep them at grade level. You just don't know. So it's better to be prepared. But what I was also going to say about the school day, the reason why I gave you my kids' schedule is because I want you to understand that that's a very realistic schedule. That kids being in school for 8 hours, 6 to 7, 8 hours, there's a lot of fillers in there. And when you take out those fillers, then you get a more simplified day, and they can learn and retain a lot more, not just with the one-on-one help, but when they don't have a whole bunch of fillers in there. So I say that to say, don't try to recreate school as they did in public school. That may cause a lot of frustration. It's very realistic to get work done in 3 to 4 hours. And also, what's also realistic is that, if your kid gets frustrated, if you're getting frustrated, take a break and go back at it the next day. If it's nice outside, put a jacket on them, send them outside, go outside with them, let them run it off. It helps so much just to clear their minds. And then they come back at it just with a fresher mindset, and they're ready to be focused in everything. So those are some things I would also say as well. What else? I do these, and then every time I feel like there's just things that I'm missing. I saw some questions about Minecraft education. You guys do have access to that as a group. The Black Homeschoolers Connection is partnered with Microsoft to offer that. So you have access to that as well. And I want to say for Minecraft, it's $15 a year. I did a video on it a couple of years ago when I first partnered with Microsoft. But if you want Minecraft education, unlimited access to it, it's $15 a year. And then you get the online apps, access to the online apps, not the downloads. And then if you want the full license where you have access to all of the Microsoft Office products that you're able to download and everything, then that is $70 a month. And that does come inclusive of Minecraft education. So you do have access to that stuff. Just reach out to me. There are some memberships that have renewed already, and I haven't reached out to you. So I will definitely be reaching out to you to find out how you want to proceed. What else? Watch when I cut this off, I'm gonna remember. I also wanted to bring up deschooling. And if I'm being repetitive, I'm sorry. I would say deschooling is very important. Deschooling is extremely important when you're first starting out. Shoot, you may need to deschool in the middle of it just to remember your why, what you need to do. You may need to take a break. When I first started homeschooling my kids, I deschooled for 6 months because we needed it. And I had to come to terms that I was not going to do school like it was as they knew it. And it helped so much. And then once I was ready to, attack or start, it worked out so much better. One thing I did was, once after I got through the deschooling period and we started actually getting into teaching and everything, I realized that my son had a lot of gaps. He was going into the 4th grade, and a lot of his gaps were in math. And I started him all the way back over in math and worked our way back up to fill in those gaps. And he is very strong in math now. But he's strong in math because that is what we did. We did the work. We started him back over and allowed him to truly master it. I just saw that there were a lot of gaps, and likely you may see that there are a lot of gaps in certain subjects. Don't be alarmed, especially after the past couple of years. I don't think kids, I truly don't think a lot of kids have retained much or a lot just because of everything that has happened the past couple of years. So I would just say give yourself some grace, definitely. Give yourself some grace, give yourself some time and work on it. They will get through it. You will help them figure it out and everything. But I would definitely just say don't try not to stress yourself out about it. Let's see. We do have some things going on. I am looking at creating a community outside of Facebook. That's something I wanted to work on last year. I actually started working on it and I didn't get to finish it. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be working on finishing within the next couple of months. I just need to figure out what platform I want it to be on, because after, what was it, last year, Facebook shut down all day long. And it was just one day. It was nice to decompress, but it also made me realize that we just needed a backup so that we could still have access to our community. I don't want our community to be dependent on Facebook. I just don't want that. So that is something that I am working to figure out how we're going to be able to do so. It won't be a paid community, so it's nothing that you're going to have to pay to join or anything. But it's just some tweaks and stuff that have to figure it out. I'll figure it out. I think that's it. It probably isn't it, but it'll come to mind later on. Again, I just wanted to get on here. I just wanted to show my face. I just wanted to say hi to everyone. I wanted to thank my admins for just being so amazing. I just want to thank everyone for being amazing and just answering questions when people have questions, stepping in, giving resources and such. I definitely, truly appreciate it. I can't believe we have 8,500 members. I still remember when this group started out. When I started this group in 2016, it was like 40 something people, and it was fine. I didn't imagine it growing to be what it is, but I'm definitely grateful. And I'm grateful that we're reaching more people. I'm grateful that people are homeschooling. And even if you're in the group and you're not homeschooling anymore, I'm sure there are definitely resources in here that you can take advantage of or that you can still give your expertise on. And I think with that being said, I think that's really it. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to me or one of the group admins. You're going to be seeing a lot more of me. I'm going to try to do this at least once a month or at least once every other week. If you have any questions or anything that need to be addressed that you would like me to address in the next one, please put them in the comments or send a message to us and we will be happy to address it. And let's just make this the best year ever, of an extremely prosperous year. Let's be kind and just be ourselves, own our truth and everything, and let's just kick butt. I'm ready. So I hope that with that being said, I hope that you have an amazing day. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. I hope that you have an amazing week. And I hope that your year is as amazing as you are. Be blessed. Take care. And I'll be seeing you soon. Bye-bye.